Hi, everyone, and welcome again to our podcast, Don't Claim the CRM. My name is Mikko, one of the co-founders of Vainu and working as a product manager for Vainu Global Product. In this episode, this is the first episode of 2023, we decided that we'll try to predict what will happen in B2B sales, B2B marketing, and in revenue ops in this new year, 2023. At Vainu, we've been doing these predictions for the upcoming year for quite some time, I think 8 years in total. So every year we predict 6 important themes and topics that we believe will gain momentum in the upcoming year. Historically, we have had some nice hits, I would say. So we've been predicting the rise of SDRs. We've been talking about the growing importance of social selling. We've been talking about personalization at scale, the importance of microsegments, and many other things. So what do we have for 2023? We made 6 predictions, and I'll go them through one by one. So the first one, it's about operations. We believe that many companies will move from siloed ops to revenue ops. So instead of having siloed ops teams for each department, like sales, CS, marketing, and finance, and that's the case for quite a few organizations these days, especially in Europe, we believe that companies will move away from these siloed ops teams and have one centralized team that often is called revenue ops. And that's, of course, very useful for companies to do, because then that team can focus on the entire customer journey and not only one specific part of that customer journey, and it's tying all the departments together. So 2023, our prediction, it's the year of RevOps. Number 2 is about demos, especially applies to software and technology space. We believe that interactive demos will be everywhere. So really commonplace in 2023. Already a few years ago, we predicted the rise of augmented reality, that it will be used in sales more. But now we believe that since many companies are applying PLG motion, so product-led growth motion, which includes providing free access and more creative access to the tools and services they sell, we believe that many companies will create interactive demos, and oftentimes demos that can be tried out on the website without involvement in sales. So interactive demos will also gain momentum in 2023. So that's the prediction number 2. And then the third prediction for us is that salespeople will need to become domain experts. So I'll give you an example. We see that with the rise of PLG, product-led growth, there will be more and more automation happening in the sales processes. So many sales processes are not involved, including salespeople, and buyers can just buy things online without speaking to sales. And I think that trend, we have seen it already quite some time, but salespeople are still needed. But if they want to add value to the process and make sure that they are really needed in those processes, they need to become domain experts. So that's the prediction number 3. Salespeople will have to become domain experts. For example, if you're selling customer success software or accounting software, instead of you as a salesperson just teaching yourself and learning new skills in the field of sales, you might want to focus on the actual buyer and educate yourself about that specific department. If you sell accounting software, you might study accounting, and you might educate yourself about the day-to-day responsibilities of finance managers and finance directors and CFOs. If you sell customer success software, educating yourself about key metrics and processes and latest trends within customer success is the way to go, because that way you can become a domain expert who knows the buyer, the department you're selling to, and can link product features and product capabilities back to that domain expertise. So salespeople will have to become domain experts. That's the prediction number 3. Then number 4, it's marketing related. We believe that demand gen will be the theme and topic most marketing teams will talk about. So instead of doing just lead gen, and lead gen is of course about creating interesting content, often putting that content behind a form, gated content, trying to get as many leads as possible. Companies will of course do to some extent lead gen as well, but we believe they will put even more focus on demand gen, generating demand and capturing that demand, meaning that they will educate the audience. They will educate them about the problem they have and the problem the vendor is solving, and creating awareness. So that's one thing that we believe will happen. We'll see lots of companies doing these video series. We'll see even more new podcasts coming up and different type of demand gen tactics. And again, it's both demand generation, but also about capturing that demand. So that's going to be the hot topic for the B2B marketing teams also in 2023. Prediction number 5. All salespeople should expect more stakeholders, more CFO involvement, and also, unfortunately, longer sales cycles. I mean, we all have been following the news, and we know that there's a downswing in economy and companies announcing layoffs and reorganizations. What it also means for the salespeople is that there will be more scrutiny in almost every single deal you're about to make. Customers will involve more stakeholders than they used to do. CFOs will be very busy because they get invited and they want to be involved in more purchasing decisions, even in those decisions that are not super high in terms of value. And I think all salespeople need to know how to do business with CFOs, how to build really solid return on investment calculations, and how to tie the value you create back to business critical processes of the customers. So more stakeholders, more CFO involvement, and longer sales cycles. That's the prediction number 5. And then prediction number 6 is that we believe this is the year of lookalike audiences, also in B2B. In B2C, I think all marketeers, they've been using lookalike audiences almost for a decade already, and it's very effective to use lookalike audiences and personalize your messaging and offering that way. But it's been quite behind on the B2B side. Of course, it's been possible to create some very basic lookalike audiences by using industry codes, company location, and company size. But I think now the technology is there, and also the data is there to create really smart lookalike audiences by identifying and detecting similar businesses. It will be based on natural language processing and AI models, but you can very easily find similar businesses, and there's plenty of use cases we believe B2B marketers and B2B salespeople will do when it comes to lookalike audiences. One concrete example could be that whenever you have a sales rep closing a new deal, so when an opportunity moves from proposal or negotiation stage into closed one, that might be the moment when that same rep or the team would like to approach similar businesses with same type of value prop. And if you have a global audience, it might be difficult to detect, let's say, the top 20 or top 100 or even top 1,000 most similar businesses worldwide. But of course, computers are very good at that. So there will be AI models doing that for you, and you can very easily personalize at scale and apply the winning method that you have had with one customer to others. Also, same thing with, for example, new preference stories. Marketers can very easily find the best possible audience for any new case study they do, because they can just look at lookalike audiences and make sure the most relevant case study is always presented to the right audience. So 2023 will be the year of lookalike audiences, also on the B2B side. So they're finally able to do those effective tactics we have seen on B2C side already quite some time. So those were the 6 predictions for 2023. From siloed ops to revenue ops, interactive demos, salespeople needed to become domain experts, demand gen is the hot topic on the marketing side, more CFO involvement and other stakeholders, and maybe even longer sales cycles, and then lookalike audiences. The bonus trend is a pick from last year. So when we predicted trends for 2022, one of the topics and themes we believe will continue gaining momentum is hybrid salespeople. And that's simply because purchasing went omni-channel already. It means that also sales needs to go omni-channel, and you need to be really good at using different channels and many of them at the same time, because customers and buyers want to be served in the channels they choose and also at the time that is most suitable for them. So we believe that what already started in 2022, hybrid salespeople being a hot topic, will also continue gaining strong momentum in 2023. So those were the predictions for B2B sales and B2B marketing for this year, 2023. Happy to, of course, hear your thoughts. So feel free to leave comments or connect us with LinkedIn. And we're, of course, very excited to hear about your thoughts. And don't blame the CRM. Podcast will be back with a new episode again a week from now. And we have some exciting guests lined up for this year. Thanks for listening.